Welcome back. In this video, we are going to solve another one of the important programming challenge of Hackerrank, and name of this problem is frequency queries. First of all, we will understand the problem, and after that we will solve this programming challenge with the help of a Java language. Okay, so let's start. Now in this programming challenge, we will get first a queue set of queries. For example, let's say we have got a 4 queue set of queries. Now this set of queries will be in a format of a two-dimensional format array. For example, we will get data like this: 1x, 1 represent as a command, x represent as a data, or 2y, 2 represent as a command, y represent as a data, and 3z. So we have to remember one thing: the data always will be in the form of 1, 2 and 3, and 1, 2, 3 represents a command. So whenever the data will be represented as 1 and x, that means insert x in your data structure. Okay, now whenever we will get a data as a 2y, that means delete one occurrence of y if the data is present. Alright, now 3z. So whenever it is written 3z, that means check if any integer is present whose frequency is equal to z, and if the frequency is equal to z, then print 1, and if you didn't got any frequency which is equal to z, then print else. In that scenario, print 0. Okay, now let's understand this problem with the help of an example. Now here I have written 4 set of queue queries should be present. So let's write the 4 set of queue queries. First one should be 3, 4, and the second one 2, 1, 0, 0, 3, and after that third one 1, 16, and fourth 3, 1. So this is the 4th set of queries that we have completed. Now we'll make 2 columns here. The first column, it will store data, okay, and the third column, it will print the value. Okay, now first 3, 4. So what will be the 3, 4? 3 is a command, 4 is the data. So 4, it will present as a z section. So what it is there? If any number of frequency is equal to z, right now I can see that in the data structure there is no data exists, so there is no frequency which is equal to 4. So what will be the output? What is the thing that it is going to print? It is going to print 0. Okay, after that second 2, 1, 0, 0, 3, and what is the 2 command says? Delete one occurrence of y if it is present. Now I can see that in the data structure right now nothing is stored there, so it will delete nothing. After that again 1, 16. What it will do? One command, insert x in your data structure. What is x? This 16 is x, so 16 will get stored in the data structure. Okay, and now fourth 3, 1. So 3 command, if the data frequency is present, then print 1 else z. So how many number of frequencies are here? Right now I can see only one, this 16, and 16 also came only one time, so one frequency exists here. So in this scenario I am going to print 1. So what will be our output? Our output will be 0 and 1. Okay, now to understand this problem in a little bit more deeper or more detailed way, what we will do, we will take one more example, and in this example we will take 8 set of queries. Okay, so let's write 8 set of queries. First one, I will keep it as 1, 5. Second, 1, 6. Third, 3, 2. Fourth, 1, 10. Fifth, 1, 10. Sixth, 1, 6. Seventh, 2, 5. Eighth, 3, 2. Again, I am going to make two columns. First one will be to store the data, okay, and third column will be print. Here I am going to print, and here data store. All right. So what is that? 1, 5. 1 is the command insert X in your data structure. So 5 will get stored here. 1, 6. So again 6 will get stored here. 3, 2. So how many any two number of frequency exist? I can see that there is no two frequency exist in this section. So it is going to print here 0. After that 1, 10. 10 got stored here. Again 1, 10. 10 got stored here. 1, 6. 6 got stored here. 2, 5. So what is the job over 2y? Delete one occurrence of y if it is present. So 5 is present here in this data structure. Yes, I can see that 5 is present. So let's remove this 5. So 5 got removed. After that 3, 2. What is 3, 2? Print if any number of frequency of 2 exists. So I can see that 6 here come as 2 times. So 2 frequency exist, and 10 also came 2 times. So I can see that there is 2 frequency exist, 6, 6 and 10, 10. So this condition is true. In that scenario, condition it will be true. So it will be 1. So what will be our output? Output will be 0, 1. Okay. So we saw the problem with the help of 2 examples. Okay. Now let's see the constraints of this problem. Constraints are the number of Q set of queries will be between 1 to 10 to the power 5. Okay. Okay, and this XYZ, the data section, it will be between 10 to the power 9. Okay, and all the queries, it will always be in the form of 1, 2 and 3. Means 3 commands only we will get, 1, 2 and 3, this part. It will be always in between 1, 2 or 3. Okay. Now, next, the data side part will always be between 10 to the power 9. So this data part will be always in between 1 to 10 to the power 9. This is the constraint of this problem. Okay, so what are the things we saw? We saw what is the problem. We also saw what is the problem with the help of 2 example, and also we saw the constraints. Okay, these are the things we understood. Now what we will do next? Next we are going to solve this programming challenge with the help of a Java programming language. So let's start. So to solve this problem, what we will do, we were going to use the previous problem as an example. So what was the previous problem? In the previous problem, we have seen that 4 set of queries. Correct. So before we start working on this problem, we will what we will do, we will go to our Hackerrank console, and in the Hackerrank console, we will copy the code and paste into our Eclipse. Here you can see that I've already created a class frequency query. So what I am going to do, I am going to just paste our code below down here, and instead of solution, change the class name as frequency query. Now let's understand this set little bit. So what happens here? Here it is written queries section, and here all the data is getting iterated, and with the help of a splitter I am getting two data. One is command and another one is set, and which one I am going to, and one is command and another one is set, and which one I am passing through after that frequency queries this method, and I have to write our logic here. So what I am going to do, I am going to remove this code, and instead of that, here it is written queries section, correct? So I am going to remove this list also. Now, what are the things that I did? I removed all the non-required codes, and I have kept it everything inside this int stream. So what I will do next, I will put my all logic here. Now with the help of a data splitter, I am splitting the data of a command and the data. So what is the command? For command, what I am going to write is int command, and here integer dot parse int data, and here I am going to write 1. So I am storing both command and data both. I have extracted with the help of a data splitter. So let me check that command and data is properly extracted or not. Once it will be properly extracted, we will write our logic inside in this try block only. Okay. So first of all, we will cross verify with the help of an SOP. Done. The next thing that what we are going to do, we will run our code. Line number 20. Line number 20 is this one. Okay, I don't need this one, so I can remove. Done. And after that, then also I don't need this one. I can remove. All right, let's save the data, run the code again. So 4 set of queries are there. Okay, and after that, the 4 set of queries are 3, 4. After that, 2, 1, 0, 0, 3. After that, 1, 16. After that, 3, 1. So I can see that all the 4 set of queries it is printed in the form of command and data. Got it? So up to now, that much we did. Now what we will do next? Now with the help of this command, we know that 3 types of command we will get. So 3 types of command we will get. So what we will do with the help of this command and data, we will start working on our code. Working on our code in this logic. So in this logic, so how we will do? So we know that we will get 3 different commands, correct? three different commands are, when command will be 1, or command will be 2, and command will be 3. So we will work step by step. First of all, we will see how we will work when command will be 1. So in command 1, what we have to do, we have to store our data. In command equal to 2, when it happens, we have to delete our data, and in command equal to 3, we have to print our data. So we will go first of all in the command 1. In the command 1, we have to store our data, correct? So for storing the data, what we will do, we will initialize one variable here. Let's say I will keep variable name as query, and the type of the variable I will keep it as map. And here, to record the frequency of the data, what we are going to do, we are going to initialize one more variable, and the variable type will be array. I'm going to write count will be better. Okay, so new int, and the length of this count array, it will be query plus 1. So in this example, we have used 4 query sets. So query plus 1, 5. So 5 will be the length of this array set. So how the data will going to present right now in the count section, it will be like this. So there are 5 values I have written from 0 to 4, and here we have created one more variable query to store the data in the form of key value pair. Okay, up to that much we have done. Now what next? Now we have to provide 3 if condition. Why 3 if condition? Why? Because there are 3 commands are there. So logic will be right like this: if command equal to 1, if command equal to 2, and if command equal to 3. So let's implement this 3 if logic in our code. If logic I have implemented. Now according to the command, we have write our code. For example, let's say if command equal to 1, for 1 executed, that data execute, then what we are going to write? So in the command equal to 1, I can see that there is only one data is there, that is 16, and that one I am going to store it here. So what happens whenever command equal to 1, first of all it will check that if any data already exists or not. If not, then it will be save it with the default value, that will be 0. Okay, so in the query section, what data it will get stored? It will get stored 16, and the value will be 0. Okay, now here in this same command, we are also going to count the frequency. So right now, what is the frequency of this data? Frequency is right now 0, 0. So what I am going to do, I am going to write here count frequency, that is right now 0 minus minus. So what is right now frequency? Frequency is 0. So minus minus, so that will become 0 minus 1. So it will right now minus 1. And again in the same count, I'm going to write frequency plus 1. Okay, plus plus. So frequency plus 1 is 0 plus 1, 0, 1. So I'm going to go to inside here and 0 plus 1. So this will be our data. This is the count of frequency. Got it? This is the one. Up to that much we have completed. After that, let's write this logic in our code. So what I'm going to write, first of all I have to check. So what, query dot get or default, that if the data exists or not. If it exists, it's okay, otherwise default value it will be 0. And also we have to note down the frequency, correct? So for noting down the frequency, I'm going to initialize one variable here. Variable name I will keep it as frequency equal to. Done. Frequency variable done. Now what will be the next? Now I am going to write here count frequency minus minus. Done. After that, count frequency plus 1 plus plus. Okay, it will note down the frequency number. So this is the one we have done. Now what we will do? Now we will move into command 2. Now what does command 2 says? Command 2 says that delete one occurrence of y it is present. So when I am in command 2, then I have to check one more important thing. The important thing that if in the query section that data is present or not. So, okay, or basically what I am saying that q.getData should not be equal to null. Alright, so I can write like this: command 2 and query dot get data not equal to null. Okay, now if the still condition true, then we will go inside here, and after going inside here, what we will check? We will check the frequency number. Okay, and what in the frequency number we will check? We will check. How we will check the frequency? We will just extract the data, query dot get data. Okay, I have initialized the value here. Again, I can write one more time. That will be no, only initialize with int. That will be better. Okay, so I have stored in the frequency. In the frequency section, what we will check? I will check here if the data size is more than 0 or not. If data size is more than 0, that means number of repetitions of that data exists. So what we will do, if data size is more than 0, then minus that frequency, then minus that value by -1, or if it is less than or it is equal to 0 or less than 0, for example equal to 0, then in that scenario just remove that data, query dot remove. So let's write this logic here. So frequency I got it. So what I'm going to write? I'm going to write frequency frequency greater than 0. If frequency is greater than 0, else then query dot put data, and here I am going to write frequency -1, else if it is 0 or less than 0, then just remove the data. That's it, job done, and it will remove the data. Correct. Now command 3, we will come here. Now let's go back again here. So command 3 says that if find out the number of frequency that it exists. Okay, so here number of frequency exists in the query section, so we have to calculate that one, that any number of frequency exists or not. So the best option will be, I can write like this: if count dot length, that will be less than data or not. If count dot length less than data exists, that means the condition is false. It will by default it will print. For example, what I'm trying to say here, I can see that only 4 set of values are there, and if I will say the frequency number, let's say 10, correct? So that's not quite possible that it is more than that, correct? So for that it will be 0. Otherwise, if not, then we will check the condition of the count. And what will be the condition of the count? That it should be, whatever the frequency z condition will be, it should be greater than 0. Greater than 0. If the condition is greater than 0, then it should print 1, otherwise 0. And this complete logic, we are going to save it inside our answer, because that is our answer variable, because that is the only one is going to present as an output. So let's write this logic in our code. So first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write here count dot length. Length should be less than data. If it is less than data, count dot length should be less than data, then it should be 0. Okay, but if the condition is false, in that scenario what it will happen, then we are going to check that count or data, whatever that frequency data is there, it should be greater than 0. Okay, if it is greater than 0, then condition is true, otherwise it is false. Got it? Now what will be the next thing that we are going to do? After that, we have to save our data inside answer. So answer variable, answer dot add. Done. I think I have write the complete logic here. This is the logic that we have written here. Correct? So before we start executing the code, let's understand the logic one by one. Okay, so first thing first of all, what data is there? 3, 4 is there. 3, 4 is there. So what is the job of a 3? 3 is job is that to delete a command. So delete one occurrence of y. So right now query section is completely empty. There is no frequency data. It exists here. Frequency data it exists here, so it is going to print 0. Okay, after that 21003 is there. What is the job of a 2? It is the job of a delete 1003. Now we can see that query section again it is completely empty, so it is not going to print anything. Okay, it is not going to delete anything. After that 116, so 16 it is going to store in a data structure query section, and the default value of 16 it is 0. And after that we have to upgrade our frequency also. After that 3113, again it is the asking for the print the value of 1. So how many number of 16 it came? It came only 1. How we are going to check? With the help of this frequency. So 1 came one time, so the condition it will be true, and here it is going to print 1. Now what if in the section of 21003 if any data exists? If any data exists, then we have to reduce this one also, right? So 1 it is going to reduce to 0 again, and this -1 again it will come back to 0, right? So we have to just to reverse our work. So for that, what we are going to do, we are going to go back to our command equal to 2 code. So for revert our code, what we will do, we'll just copy this one and we will paste it here, and let's reverse our code. Okay, so here it is +1 given, here I am going to do -1, and here it is ++. Next, and what we are going to do here, we're going to keep it as it is written here. All right, now let's save the code. Let's run the code. 4 set of queries. Okay, one 16, after that 3 1 0 1. Now we will try one more example. The another example, we have taken 8 set of queries, correct? That one only we will take 8. Zero zero. So that means I have done somewhere wrong in our code. So here frequency dot greater than 0 I have written, but it should be something like that, frequency dot greater than 0, I will write 1. Okay, I have done a mistake here. You can see that I am extracting the frequency data here, but I am not saving the data, correct? So for saving the data, what I am going to do, I am going to write here query dot put data, and here I am going to write frequency plus 1. Yeah, so that's why we have to change it from 0 to 1, because the minimum frequency it should be 1. If it is reduced to 0, that means it's better to remove the data, correct? So let's try one more time with the 8 set of queries that it is working or not. Zero, 1. This is the data that we saw in our example. So this is the logic that I have written. Okay, so what I will do next, now we'll go back to the Hackerrank console, and we will remove this boilerplate code that we don't require like that. And here I am going to remove this one also, we don't need, removed. Now first thing first, first of all, what we are going to do, we are going to save this variable in our code. We don't need this query section, and after that we will copy the code from string complete logic up to this one, and we will save it in the Hackerrank console. So some error is coming, so we don't need this query section, just remove it. And after that, what we will do next, we will alright, let's try to close this. I think it's the error should be gone. Okay, error is gone, I think. Okay, now let's run the code here. All the 3 test cases got successful. Now let's submit the code. So all the problem, we can see that all the test cases got successful. So this programming challenge also got solved. So this is the end of the video, and whatever the logic we have written, it is completely correct. Again, in the next video, we are going to solve another one of the important programming challenge of Hackerrank. So stay tuned and keep watching IDN channel. Thank you.